Hello my YouTubian friends, how are ya? I hope you're doing well. Today we have another subscriber jam for you. This time it's from Fabian and the song is called Disco Electro. So we'll listen to the song and then we'll dick around with it a little bit. I'm not quite sure what it is that I'm gonna do with it yet. It's a pretty trippy, groovy little tune. And again, I honestly I have zero clues as to what I'm gonna do to this thing yet. And it might work out, it might not, but that's the whole point, is to find out, to dig deep and really check it out. Okay guys, let's start the show. Okay, so first, Fabian, thank you for sending me those projects. I don't know why I chose this one of the projects that you sent me, but I mean, whatever. It's doesn't matter. And so I the first thing, when I first opened the project, everything was closed up like this, right? And then and I thought, well, that's easy, that's no problem, right? Because it looked like that. And then I thought, okay, cool. And then I started opening these up, and it was like, oh shit, I'm gonna I'm gonna be here for 12 years. But when you break it down, it looks more confusing than it is. What I think you have done is, and thank you for doing this, is I have Serum, but it's easier to just bounce it out with all your plugins. Like, see, some of these I don't have, like the Devastator and stuff like that. Wow. And so you've just bounced them out into a track below and threw them in a group, and that's perfect. So it only seemed confusing at first because I was like, damn, there's so many groups, like I don't know what's going on. But no, it's good, it's perfect, that's exactly what we want. And so yeah, all right, well, let's just listen to the track and think about just what the hell we're gonna do here. All right, let's check it out. Cool, man. Pretty groovy, pretty trippy stuff. Let's check this out. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where did we begin? What was it? There was one sound. Was it this? No. Maybe this guy? No, maybe it was right here. Yeah. Ah, Fabfilter Pro-Q, great plugin. I use this guy a lot. I love this thing. Interesting curve. Let's hear it. If any of you guys don't have this or don't know about the Pro-Q2, it's amazing. Like you can listen to, just check it out. Right? You can select frequency bands and just listen to them. I see why you dipped that one out. Pretty sweet. Out of curiosity, have you ever heard of a Pultec EQ? It's kind of an old school thing. Let's see. I know Waves makes one. This guy. And it's super old school. It's modeled after an actual piece of outboard gear, and this is the Pig. Jack Joseph Puig made this plugin, but technically it's called the Pultec, Pultec, and it's just like this beautiful EQ that I think it came out in the 50s, and it was just two dudes, and they made the EQs to order. They did the marketing, the engineering, the designing, the shipping. Like, it was two guys that made these EQs, and they are like infinitely famous. Every respectable studio will have probably two of these inside them, and they just have an interesting way that they works. But if we can let's have a listen to see what we can do here. A lot of times people will leave these at all zeroed out and then just put them on their tracks just for the coloration. Let's listen. Just for a little extra warmth. But if we look at the EQing that you did, so you rolled off around 140, kind of boosted. I think I lowered that, didn't I? Wasn't it like around here? Let's say 11,000. Okay, so let's see here. Let's bring it down to 60. I gotta turn it on. Yeah. Pretty good. It adds like a little bit of a sparkle, a little sheen on the top end, and I think that'll help cut it through the mix. Let's see if I'm lying or if that's the truth. pretty dope. Pretty cool, right? You should check that out, the Pultec. Just read up on it. It's just an interesting plugin, an interesting history. And if you've listened to music that was, I mean, like, you have definitely been listening to music through these hardware devices your whole life, and you might have had no idea. But certainly, if you've listened to music, if you've been a fan of music for your whole life, then you have definitely been listening to it through one of these and just not known it. So you should check it out. They're pretty sweet. Oddly enough, it's interesting what happens when I leave both of these on. Let's start with both of them off, then we'll turn that one on, and then we'll turn that off, turn this one on, and then we'll turn them both on and hear the difference. Pretty groovy. I know what you're thinking, and it's weird to have a boost and a cut at the same frequency, but what it's doing is almost making something like this. If I was to take this, for example, and bring it up like that, what's happening is that the Pultec is making a cut that looks like this, where it boosts and then cuts down like that. And so I was just experimenting with that because you had cut here, so I was wondering if I could, I don't know, just kind of play around with it a little bit like that. But it's warm and it's rich, isn't it? Okay, all right, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Let's see if I can close up some groups here. I decided that during the fast forward parts, I'm basically gonna narrate my own video. Oh wait, she's gonna talk, hold on. Let's see, let's throw a ladder filter. I'm not really sure what this will do. I have an idea. Oh, do you? Look how fast that is, eh? This is like Mario Andretti on crystal meth fast. Oh wait, she's gonna speak. All right. Maybe a little reverb for the drums. Let's see here. Let's make a smaller room. Yeah, smaller room. Let's hear. Yeah, let's hear. I discovered the easiest way to do these videos is fast forward parts, drink Guinness, and narrate it, essentially. All right, I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's just group everything here. It worked out in the end, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce everything up to here. Let's see, say 67. Guinness. These videos are just coming along great. Thanks, Guinness. Don't hold me to this. This might not work, okay? But Shit, we're gonna see. Let's find a sampler. I basically took the whole song, took a bit of it, threw it in a sampler, and now you can see me trying to find a nice little loop section for the beginning. You'll see, you'll see. All right. All right, what? Something weird's gonna happen here. Yeah, I know. Like, you're gonna narrate your own video, for example? Yeah, probably. That is weird. Is anyone still watching this? I hope you guys are. I hope you guys enjoy this shit. It's a lot of work. So basically I discovered if you automate the pitch bend upwards on the sampler, and then you also automate the loop length to go shorter, then it gives you a pretty trippy little effect. And I'm sure you're going to hear that pretty soon, but I can tell by watching myself record this that it's not going to be for at least another 7.8 seconds. Oh, it's too slow now. Oh yeah, okay, here I've extracted the bass line that was kind of playing bass after that first little intro bit, and now I'm just going to work on that bass, and basically I'm pitching it down octaves. I'm taking the top half of that and pitching it down octaves. So then what you're left with is that kind of trippy, groovy little bass line there, and it's just a sine wave. If you're not on headphones, you'll have a hard time hearing that. That's why I tried to bring up a little saw wave action and some distortion. All right, so I basically just bounced that sucker out, and then I think I tried to play with the Waves Max Bass plugin, but it wasn't doing it for me. And I believe I went back to using that Pultec EQ because they are famously known for boosting more low end than what you could otherwise get at the time that they were created. And so, and even till this day, they hold their own as far as boosting low end and high end. And it's worth exploring if you need a little extra on the bottom end. Okay, brace yourselves. There's going to be a bunch of white noise right now. Well, that was annoying, but basically I'm taking white noise now, and then I have a dummy sidechain that I created earlier, and I'm just using that as a key input to do this. Yeah, so basically I just listened to white noise until my ears bled a little bit, and then I knew it was good. And that's it. I think what's coming up next here is I'm just reinforcing the drums. I probably wanted a little extra smack on the snare, maybe a little extra clap, or maybe some kick, but we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, so there, a handy thing to do is to use the drum replacer, or like the sound replacer tool inside of Bitwig, and I think I ended up coming to that conclusion here as well, but we'll just see. We'll see where we took it. Oh yeah, here I'm finding the pitch. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just finding what note that bass line kind of centers around, and it sounds like if I hold C, it doesn't conflict at all with any of the notes. Called it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that means now I can go and take my kick and tune it to a C. Yeah, I called that one. So this is me basically just looking for the replacer tool inside of Bitwig right now. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Where is it? No, that's not it. It's called replacer. There. Okay, so now I'm going to take a replacer. Throw it in there. Let's hear. So this way I'm copying the same kick pattern that Fabian made, but I'm replacing it with a very low sounding kick. Okay? And you know what? I might actually double down on this and do one up an octave. Let's see what it sounds like. Well, I guess you're not going to hear what it sounds like until the end, apparently. I decided to fast forward this section, which that's okay, because we can chat, you know what I mean? And I believe I did the same thing with the snare. What is this? What's happening here? Yeah, okay, so this is a clap, and I'm basically doing the same thing with a clap. It's just the whole idea here is to reinforce it. And I'm running out of Guinness, which is an issue. But yeah, as far as making these videos go, I find the best way to do it is to record all 1,700 hours worth of video that it takes me to play around with this song, speed up sections of it to an ungodly speed, and then basically, in order to relax my brain, I just go crack a Guinness, pour it into a pint glass, and provide you guys with a lousy dialogue to listen to while you watch me fast forward. Oh, this is the whole reverse cymbal crash trick right here. It's pretty sweet. And basically you just take a cymbal crash, like a crash cymbal, and reverse the audio, and it creates this pretty neat little rise if you do it right before a break of some kind. Oh yeah, okay, I took a clip of the song that I bounced, and I just doubled it by 200%, and so now I rolled off a bunch of the low end, and so now you get this halftime melody that ends up repeating itself in the song for familiarity. Okay, so this bit doesn't always work. I found that melody, and I stretched all the notes so that they're overlapping each other. So they look like the bricks inside of the original Super Mario. And then I assign a sound. I think I settled on some kind of xylophone, and then I throw an arpeggiator on there, play around with some presets, adjust them to taste, and then that way, when they're both played together, you get this harmonizing melody between the original that Fabian made and the one that I lazily made here. It doesn't always work because that's not always how harmonies work, and I think it worked out pretty cleverly in this case. And then I just take each, just to keep them separated, I automate the pan so that they're always basically in the opposite speaker of each other until they cross paths every once in a while. And so it just gives this nice textural thing. I made sure that the volume of my melody was a lot lower than Fabian's because his is the driving melody, and so you wanted that to be kind of more upfront and in your face. And here I'm just taking gaps out of the rhythm section, or like the drum section, just like tastefully, basically, because when you leave a little bit of space before another section, it just dramatizes it, and so it's ideal that way. Well, I don't know if I improved it or screwed it up, but I think we'll leave it at that. And yeah, I think well, let's just listen to it. Let's hear what I did now, okay? Wait, I have to do one thing. I have to do it. I don't know where I'm gonna find it though. I need like a bell. Yeah, so you ended up finding a bell, Alex. And essentially all I did here was find the sound of a bell of some kind, and I pitch bend it upwards, I think 24 semitones, which is 2 octaves, just to augment that rising sound. Check it out. yeah, so basically I'm just gonna take a tool here and bring it from no sound to sound. Because I'm not gonna do you like that, Fabian. I'm not just gonna bring a sound in cold like that. Come on now. Sorry, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I have to. I want to add more to the snare. Yeah, you can literally never be done. I hope you guys are using headphones for these projects, by the way. It's just so much better. Yeah, headphones. Okay, now we're actually going to listen to it for real. I swear, I promise. No more interruptions. We're going to do it. We're going to listen to it. I'm going to pour myself a Guinness, and then we're going to listen to it. Okay? All right. Sick. That was sick, man. If you want to reach Fabian, I don't know what the best way is yet. I emailed him, I don't know, a day or two ago or whatever. But he's probably busy and he hasn't responded yet. But when he does, I'm going to put that in the description and he'll probably comment down below and I'll pin it to the top. But big shout out to Fabian for making this cool track. I loved it, man. It was super dope. I felt like I was living inside a video game or something the entire time, and that was a lot of fun. So thanks again, man, for sending this out. I hope you all enjoyed it. And again, if you want to send me one of your songs, then definitely do that. You can just send it to me via email, and that's easy enough, and I'll do what I did to Fabian's to your track, and we'll put it on YouTube, and we'll hear what people have to say about it. So again, thank you, Fabian. You're the best. You're the man. I got some other tracks to get into, so stay tuned for that. And that's it. All right, kids, be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. Have a good time.